What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Sergio Oliva Jr. as Tariq Al-Guindi, who is an Olympia judge, and also that guy who hosts the Mr. Olympia TV podcast. And he is actually a very knowledgeable person when it comes to professional bodybuilding. So he made this statement that Sergio Oliva Jr. can be a first call-out guy at the Olympia level.
Sergio Oliva Jr., like you said, Tim, has the potential to be first call out at the Olympia.
Now, first of all, I totally disagree with that. And I'm gonna say this. Let's make this kind of statement after Sergio actually wins a pro show and he actually qualifies for the Olympia. Because as of right now, the statistics do not go in his favor. Because so far in his entire professional career, Sergio has just won a single pro show. And that was back in 2017 when he won the New York Pro. And he has done only one Miss Olympia so far. Now, Sergio himself has also made a lot of big statements. Like back in 2021, when he got into this huge fight with Nick Walker, when both these guys were going for that Arnold Classic that year. And Sergio was very open about this fact, that not only is he gonna beat Nick Walker, but he is also gonna win that show. But matter of the fact is, he wasn't even in that same caliber as Nick Walker, because he wasn't even able to make the first call out that year. So first of all, let Sergio prove himself again against these young up-and-coming bodybuilders. Because no one can deny that we have seen some great talent coming into the men's open bodybuilding. And we have been seeing this trend for the last few years, and we even saw that this year. And yes, I agree, Sergio is a massive bodybuilder. He is very huge. And he was in a decent enough condition in these pictures here, when he was in prep last year. But even then, he did only one pro show last year, and that was Cali Pro 2023. Where he not only just got beat by Tony Burton, but also by Ross Patrick as well. And some people even had beef stew beating him. So he was close to 300 pounds. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter how much he weighs on the scale. He needs to show up in condition. He needs to peak right. Well, the good news is that he is totally injury free now as we speak. And he is starting his prep next week with his current coach Neil Hill. So if Sergio is really a first call out guy at the Olympia level, the Arnold 2025, that is the best show to make a comeback and turn it into reality. And Sergio himself also confirmed in the comments that he is going for the Arnold next year.
Hadi.
A special thanks to Honey Rembot and Evogen Nutrition YouTube channel for getting these guys together for this awesome chest and triceps workout with Hadi Chopin and Derek. So that just got released today on Evogen Nutrition YouTube channel. And you guys don't want to miss this one. So more than tips and tricks that we learn from these guys and Honey Rembot, of course, the funny moments between the number 1 and number 2 bodybuilders in the world right now, they are the ones to cherish. And it is so unbelievable that both these guys are so close to the Olympia this year. And they both know that they're going to be fighting for the Olympia title in less than 4 weeks time. And they know one of them is going to lose. But still, there is so much chemistry between both these guys. So much camaraderie.
To be honest with you, man, I love training with Hadi because I don't think anybody gets after it in the gym more than he and I. So it's good to be here. And then, of course, we got you pushing us, so
I really wish Hadi Chopin knew a little bit of English, or spoke just a little bit. Because we all know there is no dull moment when Hadi Chopin is training. Now keep in mind, this wasn't recorded at 4 weeks out of this year's Miss Olympia. If you wanna see what the champ Derek is looking like at 4 weeks out of this year's Miss Olympia, just go and watch his latest hamstrings workout on his YouTube channel. And all I have to say is, damn, I won't be surprised at all if Derek shows up with the biggest improvements in his legs. His hamstrings are already ripped to shreds, but more important than that, his legs are looking absolutely massive this time. And I think we can all agree, Derek looks so damn ready at 4 weeks out mark. And that's the thing, the guys who work with Honey Rembot, they rarely miss their mark. They never actually miss their peak. So Derek was always considered a genetic phenomenon, even when he came onto the scene, even when he was competing in the 212, and even before winning the Olympia title back in 2021, and especially when he got together with Honey Rembot, and that was actually in 2021. So we expect him to show up at his all-time best in just a few weeks' time. So guess who is another top Olympian who went through a grueling leg workout today? That is none other than Samson Dauda, digging deep and doing all the things necessary to get that fine detail and to show up at his all-time best conditioning. And that is something that Samson was lacking in the previous years. And it isn't like Samson hasn't suffered before. But the thing is, this time in this year's Miss Olympia prep, he is going one step further. And on top of that, the attention to detail that Samson and his team has given to his blood work throughout this prep, that has played a major role in keeping him sane for most part of this prep. And we are now a little more than 3 weeks out from the men's open prejudging, and still Samson is in such high spirits. So the man is currently 38 years old. So it is so great to see him applying more pressure, more than ever, to bring his all-time best and in pursuit of that Miss Olympia title. So Samson and his former coach Milos Sarcev, they have their differences. But still, I have to say it is so great to see Milos Sarcev admitting that Samson has made some unbelievable progress this year. And Milos actually has Samson Dauda beating Derek. But at the same time, he has Hadi Choopan winning the Olympia. Now as a fan, we just wish to see all these guys bring their 100%, show up at their all-time best. And we want to see all of them bring their A game. Because the thing is, that rarely happens. So where do you guys have Samson placing at the Olympia this year, especially if he nails everything to 100% this year?
Still smiling. I mean, as like I said, man, I'm enjoying this prep, man. I can't believe that we only got 4 weeks left of it, and it's been amazing. He's been one of the best. He's literally been the best prep, not even one. He's literally been the best prep I've ever had in my life.
So next up is a mind-blowing physique update from Keone Pearson. So we got 2 updates. The one that was posted by his coach, Patrick Tour, where Keone is flexing his quads, and I am pretty sure that update isn't a recent one. That is probably a few days old, as this was uploaded by Keone Pearson himself, but then taken down in just a few hours. So I am sure if anyone had any doubts about Keone Pearson's conditioning and whether or not he is gonna bring his A game at the Olympia this year, then this I'm sure will clear all those doubts. His quads are all feathered up already, and we have a lot of time to go actually. I mean 3.5 weeks for these guys, who are already in a phenomenal condition, is a lot of time. And then there are those updates that are posted by Keone Pearson himself. So no disrespect to anyone who is chasing Keone Pearson for the Olympia title this year. But that comment left by the great Dexter Jackson under his latest physique update, that pretty much sums it up. That represents most of us right now, because Keone at his best, that is gonna be impossible to beat. And that is my opinion, because that structure, those proportions, that is already legendary. Plus that added size that Keone is gonna have on the stage this time, that is gonna be so damn hard to ignore by the judges. So this was the first time Keone had an uninterrupted off-season, and he was just so focused on the end goal throughout this year. Never at one point, even in the off-season, did Keone go out of shape. And that is gonna pay off big time in just a few more weeks. Next up is the physique update from Brett Wilkin, 10 days out of this year's Legion Sports, the first Olympia qualifier for 2025. So how can you not be impressed with his rear lat spread? I have to say he has added a lot of dense muscle on that back, and that really shows here. So ever since his first pro show back in 2021, Brett has always been a conditioning guy, and he has improved a lot in terms of size as well, especially in the last couple of years. So irrespective of the results of this upcoming Legion Sports, the way Brett Wilkin and Martin Fitzwater have trained for most part of this year, they must be pretty damn satisfied, because they both left nothing in the tank, especially when it comes to training and workouts. So it is always such a great advantage to lock your Olympia spot by winning the first pro show of the season. And Brett has done that before as well back in 2022 when he won the Big Man Weekend. And he is in such a great spot again. So he is gonna be entering this show as the favorite to win it. I mean, he is right on the track. And his coach Matt Jensen knows his body pretty damn well. And he knows how to pick him right. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.